Welcome to the Let's Get Ready for Parent Teaching Teacher Conferences webinar. And today's agenda, just give me 1 second, let me pull this right away, is this, right? We will check basically all the steps we need to follow to complete our assessments and parent teaching conferences. We will check how to create observation notes, how to rate the measures, how we will be adding attributes, how we will log children assessments, how to get the automated parent progress report, how do we send the reports to the parents, how to capture the digital signatures, and how you can print all the reports, right? To build the observations, all we need to do is go to the classroom and search for the orange button, right? Learning Genie, we always have an orange button for creating something. So I'm going to click it right now, which is the add button. We will confirm the child or children that we want to connect this observation, and then we will start building the observation itself, right? So I will write really quick my observation, right? During the quiet moment, Barb focused on her hands, thoughtfully raising each finger in turn as she clearly articulated the numbers from 1 to 20. Right? We got our observation. Once we have the observation, remember, we can always attach or add pictures as evidence to reinforce our observation, right? So I will use a couple images I have on my gallery. That easy, you can attach your pictures, and then we need to connect our observations with DRDP, right? The best way to connect our observations with DRDP is clicking the domain button, this button right below the observation, right? I'm gonna click this and I will select the best measures for my observation. I will select LLD3 and COG3. Once I have it, I will save. Basically, I already built my observation, confirmed the child, created the observation, the evidence, and I connected my observation with DRDP using the measures. As soon as I save, the observation will be recorded in the child's portfolio. That's super, super easy, right? Once the observations are created, the next step is rating measures, right? So we have a couple options for you to rate. You can rate measures directly from the feed, this section. So let's say I want to rate LLD3. I can click the measure and I can select any rating that works for my child, right? Keep in mind that in this option, you can scroll down to see all the observations you created so you can select the best possible measures, right? Also, we have some references to help you out to make and take the best decision about this, okay? I'm gonna rate my child as exploding middle and I will save. So for you, the key is to notice that as soon as you rate the measure will change its color to tile blue, right? So now I know that I'm missing COG3 for rating, right? Also, we have some other options for you to rate, which is the rate all button, top right corner, right? Right above the orange add button. So I'm gonna click it. And in this section, you will find something that maybe you're familiar with, right? The giant bubble sheet. So just notice that you will need to switch between children by clicking their profiles. Then you can rate each one of your children, okay? So I'm gonna rate Rob right now, and I can just select the rating. But what happened if you can remember exactly what you observed? No worries at all. Each measure will have a little arrow pointing to the right, as you can see. So if I click this arrow, I can see all the observations I created, right? Even I can find the references that I can use to make the best decision. I'm gonna rate this child as exploring later, and I will save. Now we have easily rated two different ways. The third option that you have is using the portfolio status button. You will find that button under the class status button. I'm gonna click it, and the second option is portfolio status. This section will show you every single measure missing for rating, missing for observations, and also that is already rated. That's why you can see right here that you have unobserved, unrated, and rated, right? So if you have any measures unobserved, you will need to observe at least once. If you have them unrated, they're just missing for rating. And if they're rated, they're done. So I will click A till Rec 1 in this case. And again, I can see all my observations, my references, and all I need to rate my children. I will rate this as exploding earlier, and I will save, and the measure will be moved from the unrated to the rated section. Okay. What happened when we need to manage your children attributes, right? Because that is something that may happen. Maybe you are missing some specific attributes that are required by the RDP online. So you can use the pre-login check option in this section, the portfolio status, right? So let me rate all the measures really quick. So I can show you what you will do. I'm rating the last one. And there you go. Learning Genie, as soon as you rate the last measure, will ask you and will let you know that you have entirely observed and rated the child. And now the next step is login, right? Learning Genie will invite you to complete a pre-login check. So all you need to do is click pre-login check, this button. Once you click the button, Learning Genie will bring this pop-up window where you can see all your child information, even if you're missing something, any attributes, and all the measures. So if you need to update the attributes, you can click the update button right here. I'm gonna click it, and of course, we can edit either the basic information or the additional information. Under the additional information, all those fields that are required will be highlighted with a red asterisk, like this. So if you're missing any of these attributes, Learning Genie will let you know so you can fix it. As soon as you add the correct options, let's say this child is IEP, you can submit and save, right? But also, you can edit your children attributes from the home page or the home menu. Maybe you have noticed that each classroom has this button, right? So if I click the child button in this classroom, I can navigate all my children profile. All I need to do is hover my mouse and I will see a couple options available. The first one is the little pencil. That's the one we need to click to edit the children attributes in this case. I'm gonna click it, and this is exactly what I showed you a few seconds ago, right? I can navigate and edit the basic information, but also the additional information. And just to reinforce what I've said, remember all the attributes, highlighted with the red asterisk are the ones that needs to be filled out. Okay. Once the changes are done, all you need to do is click and submit. Now it's time to log the children's assessment, right? We have two options for logging. And remember, logging the children assessment is what will give you all the reports, right? And remember, it's also what will upload everything to the RDP online if you got the specific module and connection. The first option for logging your children is using the portfolio status button. And if you recall, the portfolio status button is under class status, right? So I'm gonna click this button. And again, this is my section, right? All I need to do is identify what I'm missing for login. And remember, all I need to do is the pre-login check. So I can see that I have a couple of measures unrated. I'm gonna rate these measures really quick. I cannot log without rating. Learning Genie, you will need to observe, rate, and log. So you cannot rate without observing, and you cannot log without rating, right? So let me rate all the measures, the ones that are missing. Fortunately, I already observed all these children. I did a great job as a teacher, right? And once I rate the very last measure, I will have the notice or the pop-up notification that I can do the pre-login check. But what happens if I miss this window or this message? No worries, you still have the pre-login check button in here. So if you notice you have nothing pending in here, you can continue logging your children. So I'm gonna click pre-login check. Again, Learning Genie will ask me to double check if my children or child are missing any specific attributes, and also will check my ratings, my rates and measures, right? So everything is perfect. I'm gonna click log. Once I click log, Learning Genie will let me know that this may take up to 2 hours to generate all the snapshot and reports for this child, right? For administrators, and this is just for administrators, if you're an administrator and you need to log your children under Data Hub and the assessment progress report, you can easily see two things. First of all, your children progress, but also you can batch log your children if you see that they are ready to log. Okay, all you need to do is click batch log children. You will select the assessment. You will select the framework and the classroom. Once the children are ready to be logged, all you need to do then is click batch log and the children will be logged automatically. Remember, this portion that I'm showing right now is just for administrators. Okay. The next topic is the automated parent progress report, right? We gave you some tools to make your life easier and also reduce a little bit the workload. So when you're getting ready for your parent conference meetings, you will need to prepare the parent progress report. And you can find it under Data Hub, DRDP report, parent progress report is the one in the middle to give you a guide, right? So I'm gonna click parent progress report. And this is what we get, right? Every child that we log will be in here, right? Each child will have a domain view, a measure view, and an action plan. Remember, the domain view will give you the child's rating at a domain level. So you will see per child how they did, but at the domain level. If I move to the measure view, I will see my child's progress by a measure level. This is more specific, right? Last but not least, the action plan. So for the action plan, what you need to do is select the 3 top strength measures and the 3 top growth measures for your children. Where you can select those is here, right? So I'm gonna click please select under strength measures, and I have a list of measures in here just for you to know. These will be ranked from the highest score to the lowest scores, right? So I will select 3 measures and I will save. Then I will need to select the growth measures, the opportunity areas, right? Again, these ones are ranked the other way around, from the lowest scores to the highest scores. So I will check these 3 and I will save. I can get the standard or simplified version. That's completely optional. Remember, the simplified version is easy to read for families and is not that technical, but will include insightful information as well. Okay. Next step, just click the Generate Report button, right? Learning Genie will start building the action plan for you based on the selection of these measures. This will be tailored per child. Also, you will need to generate a report per child, right? Remember also that this is a tool that is helping you. So please feel free to add anything you need to add, or just remove whatever you need to remove. Okay, so you can make it perfect for you and your children. Once you are okay with your action plan, the next step is signing. You will need to sign your action plan, right? So I will sign as a teacher, right? And I do apologize about my handwriting. Submit. You will select, of course, the date of conference when you are expecting to conduct the parent conference meeting. I will say this Friday, and you will save. What happens next? What happens next is you can send these reports to your families, right? Let me show you what happens once you click this button. Let me bring this and let me know. You should see right now some slides, right? Yes. So your parents will get like a notification, right? Letting know that Learning Genie has shared the child progress report, right? Your parents will get also a pop-up notification on their applications, and all they need to do is sign and confirm. Okay. Once they tap, they can also see the specific item in their feed. Again, all they need to do is tap on sign and confirm. They will get exactly what you get in the parent progress report. They will see the domain view, the measure view, and of course, the action plan. At the very bottom, your families will have a button to sign and confirm. As you can see here, they will sign using their finger in the same app and they will submit. They will submit the signature. They will get the confirmation that everything is perfect. And the good thing about this option is, no worries, Ms. Lourdes. Now we know that parents can sign using the application. The good thing about this is that this support all the languages. Remember, the Learning Genie has more than 100 languages available for families, so their reports can be translated into their preferred language. So your families can switch the languages by tapping the little A at the top left corner. That's the easy way. they will select and switch the language in here. In this case, the parent selected Spanish. And as you can see, the reports are automatically translated into Spanish. So you don't need to worry about translation. We got you, and we will translate everything for them. As well, the instructions will be translated so your families can easily understand what they need to do. Okay. Alrighty, perfect. But we understand that maybe you don't have the option for sending this to the parents and you need to print these reports. No worries. You can use the PDF button to download and print the hard copy, right? So if I click PDF, I have a couple options to download the report that best fit my needs. I can download individual child's parent progress report, or I can download this by individual child, just the child view. I can batch download the child parent progress report by class and by site, or just use the domain and measure view. If I use the domain or measure view, I will not include the parent progress report. So the action plan, I'm sorry. So I will use the domain and measure view. There you go. I will download for my whole class, and I will get a nice PDF file with my report, right? I'm downloading just for this child, the domain view, the measure view, and of course the action plan.